Hello.
Hi, Mario. How are you today?
Good. Wet. Okay.
Okay.
Too much rain.
It'll stop.
Sorry?
It'll stop soon.
No, it already stopped around here. But it says rain stopping, but around my house, it doesn't seem to rain, but okay. Hmm.
Tell me, are we sending anything to Ernie
Hmm?
are we sending anything to Ernie for Purim? How does it work?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
Are we doing anything for Ernie for Purim?
I don't know.
Do
We
we
never
usually?
did. We never did, no?
No. Everybody does their own thing.
I think so. Purim is Erev Shabbos, right? Next
Yep.
week.
Yep.
Hmm. Okay. Hi, Harold. You're cold,
Hello.
Harold?
What's that?
You're cold.
Yes, I am cold.
It
It's
is.
cold. It's cold.
I'm cold.
I think the rain was cold rain today.
Very. Yeah, I know. I got stuck in it. Okay. Now I'm ready.
Mhm.
76, correct?
77.
Oh, 77. Oh, yeah. I didn't do it. Yeah.
Sunset Strip.
That was a good show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, almost done.
What almost done?
Almost done.
Well, when
Almost done.
78, you only have a few more to go.
There's another volume.
Another volume? This is, oh, it's only two. Okay.
There's still
How's Ito doing?
okay.
Yeah? Where's he going for Pesach?
Somewhere in Greece, I think.
Are you going with him this year?
No,
No.
no, because I have to go the next month. I have to go to Switzerland for his.
Oh, right, for the bar mitzvah. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Should be nice in Switzerland then.
Yes, it's
This
normally.
spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your skis.
What?
Take your skis.
Why? I don't. I leave them there.
Oh.
You should see the grandkids.
Oh, it's natural, right? Yeah.
Little girl on their skiing.
Yeah. It's good.
Fearless. No fear.
Hi,
How you doing?
good.
And I saw they sent a video last week. Ichu's daughter,
Yeah.
the big one, they're making her go jump.
Oh, ski jump.
Yeah, but they start with a very little bump, but I'm sure within the next
Oh,
year or so she'll be doing.
yeah.
But I saw once Eva do it she went in the air and turned around.
Wow.
Well, listen, she's been skiing for 60 years.
Yeah.
You know,
Still.
okay. Oh, well.
This meeting is being recorded already?
Yes, so we know what you're saying and keep it for posterity.
Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Mm,
We are on Ayin Zion 77. So we said, Eino din shechayven es ha-mitzamtzem with we Rotzeach versus Nezek. We want to say that if you hold somebody down, like because we talked about, will it work if by damage payments? So Ravacha Barav Poiter. Ravacha Barav said by Nezikin you're potter. Why? On Rav Mishashi my timer. Davua da Abba Shapoiter. Omrakra, because by Ritzicha it says Obe Eva Ikau biadova yamot mot yumata makerotzeachu. So we make a diuk. Berotzeachu the chayiv lon mitzamtzim. It's only by murder do we say that if you hold somebody down in a certain space, you restrict his space, then you're rotzeach. But by regular nizokin lo chayiv lo mitzamtzim. You're just right. We're talking about whether if you do something, not directly killing him, but the space kills him because he doesn't have enough space. That's considered a grama by nizokin. By rotzeach, it is a special rotzeachu in that case, but not by regular damage payments. And we're going to go through a whole litany of areas where you don't directly kill the person, whether you're chayiv or potter. For example, kafto umeis barab, you tied him up, and then he dies of hunger. Potter, you're not going to be treated like a rotzeach and be put to death by Bezdin. You're chayiv medine shamayim. Shamayim will get you. Rashi says, "Ein kan dvar hariga, harav ba me'elav." The famine, the fact that a person starves, it comes on its own. V'holech v'chazek lachas man kol shah. Lo dami litzamtzim b'mayim u'b'or doharik mezumin. Right? Somebody is in a water and you hold him down, or fire and you hold him down. That the danger is right there. The Rishonim say that you would be chayiv b'dei shamayim in such a case, but not, you couldn't be adjudicated as a murderer because he didn't do a maisa. Maisa in it killing him. Amar Rava, kafso b'chama umeis. You tied him up in the Mojave Desert, and he died because of heat, or Bitsina, or you were on the North Pole. You tied him up and you left him there, umeis. Then chay. Because the danger's already there from the moment you tied him up. It's already there. It's 120 degrees up there. The hariga is beginning, or the cold is beginning right then and there. Now, if, for example, you tied him up in the desert at night when it was cool, so at that moment there was no heat, it's only sof chama lavo, in the morning the sun's going to come up and kill him through heat. Or the same thing, it's, when he tied him up, it wasn't so cold. But sof tzina lavo, then potter. If at the time you tied him up, the danger that's eventually going to kill him is not there, and there's no tzad misa there, it's only going to come later, you're potter. Amarav. Kafso lifnei ari. You tie him up in front of a lion. Potter. We don't know for sure the lion's is hungry. The lion's going to kill him and eat him. It's a grama. Now, lifnei yetushin, in front of wasps, chayiv. Well, we know the wasps are going to bite him. I guess it's more in the nature of Yitush. Rashi is machale. Rashi says, with the lion, he wouldn't have been able to save himself anyways, even if he wasn't tied up. The lion, Tosfos says that when you tie him up, the lion's not doing anything. It's only going to come later. But the wasps are there. Or a yitush is lice, I think lice.
Nuts. It
Nah.
says in-
Yeah, they're there anyways. So it's similar to tying them up in the heat of the sun where the danger's already there. So Rav Ashi Omar, so he disagrees with Rafa and says even if you tie him up in front of the lice, then you're also potter because it's a grama.
It said Joseph's brothers wouldn't be in chayiv anything.
Not in Beis Din.
No, they wouldn't have been chayiv in Beis Din there.
But B'dei Shemayim they would have been.
Maybe they knew the halacha already.
Of course they did. That's why they did it that way. Right? Someone suggested, right? He says, someone suggested it. Hava, let's do it, because they knew the halacha. So Rav Ashi says these gnats that are here now are not the same gnats that killed him later. Hani Azli Vani also. These went away and a new group came. That's Grama. Itmar. Kofa alav agigis. He put a barrel. He put a barrel over a guy. So like if there's not a good air there, he choked to death. Opora alav maziva. Right? The covering of a tent, like he put over him. I'm sorry, the opposite. He removed the roofing, which is covering him, and it was cold. He died from the cool. Rav Zera Chad Omer Chayiv v'Chad Omer Potter, and to time the Rava who Omer Potter, Domer Rava, Kav Sumeis Barav Potter. There's a process. He's not completely responsible, so you're not Chayiv here as well. So the Gemara says, Adarabba, to time Rav Zera Domer Potter, Shem Rav Zera Hayman, the Eilat Chadra Bebesa the Shaish Avad Lake Shraga. A person was placed in a marble igloo. The pshat here is it's like completely sealed. And he lit a fire there. Now, you know, a fire needs oxygen. So the act of lighting the fire has begun the process of depriving the place from oxygen. Umeis chayiv. Right? If he didn't light the fire and he would have died by itself, then it would be a grama. Right? Time at adle shraga. That's why it's chayiv. Halo ad like shraga, only over time, the oxygen got less and less low. It's the same like putting him out in the, in the sun when it's not that hot, and later on it's a grama. And it's so we have proof that it's both Rava and Rav Zera who could learn the pshat that Gigis is chayiv. I mean, no. Hasam, when you put somebody into the marble house, below shraga lo maschil hevla. There's plenty of oxygen then, so he's not choking at that moment. So therefore, there's no sakon at that moment. He's going to be put b'shati. But in the barrel, there's already very bad air there. So even without the candle, it's already going to be a problem. Simin sulam trey samonim bakoisel amarov. This is the Walters case. By Yois dachful labor. He pushed him into a bore. But there was a sulamba bore. There was a ladder there. He could get out. Now, uba acher v'silko, a third party comes and removes the ladder. And now he dies in the bore of famine. Afilu who caught him visigo. Even the guy who pushed him into the bore, he's the one. But when he pushed him, there was a ladder there, and he later on goes and removes the ladder. Potter, because the beidni the shadya yachalalis at the time he pushed him into the bore, he could get out. Pushing him into the bore was not a killing act. Pulling out a ladder is just preventing him from helping himself. But it's not hariga biyadayim. You haven't done something b'maisa. Amarava. Zorak chetz. The person shoots an arrow. Betrays biyado. And his friend has a shield in front of him, protecting himself from the arrow. Uba acher v'natlo. A third party comes to remove the shield while the arrow is in flight. Vafilu who? The guy who shot the arrow, let's say he's the Flash, right? And he's so quick that when he shot the arrow, the guy was wearing a shield, but he's able to run and remove the shield, cut of a knot low, and the guy dies with the arrow, potter. Because when he shot the arrow, there was something to prevent the arrow from hitting him. It was the shield. He had medicinal treatments in his hand that he wouldn't have died getting shot by the arrow. A third party came and took the medicine and dumped it. And now he can't heal himself. He, the one who shot the arrow, runs and gets rid of the medicine potter. Because at the time when he shot the arrow, the guy was able to heal himself. So the later death was a grama. On Ravashi. Bashuk. It doesn't have to be the medicine in his hand. The medicine is at Thrifty's or at CVS. He knows where to get it. And if he didn't get it, it's his fault that he died. The guy who shot the arrow is not a rotzach. Amar Ravacha Berei de Rav Ravashi. Let's say at the time he shot the arrow, there was no medicine in the market. But later on, later on, somebody dropped by, someone happened to drop by medicine that he could use. And then he didn't use it, and he died. Based in Zakai. It's the same argument that he would end up being innocent in based it. Because if he had some mechanism to get better, and he didn't do it, then the guy was not a Rutzah. Amarava, Zorak Tror, person throws a stone with kavanah to kill somebody. But the stone hit a wall and then bounced off to the wall, the chazar la'chayr of a harga, died. Vitana tuna, and when they learned this, people who play handball, if they did it b'meizid nerogim, they did b'shogeg golim. B'shogeg golim pshita. I mean, why would it be any other difference if you kill b'shogeg? The chiddush is not by the shogeg. The chiddush is by the meizid. The meizid nerogim instruction. How the same? Maybe we shouldn't be able to kill such a rotzeh. You have to give us straw. Adim have to give warning. And it would be Hasra Safeki. Is it going to hit the walls? Is it not going to hit the walls? So, who says that the stone would, you know what? That if the stone hits the wall and comes back and hits the guy, you don't know that it's going to hit the wall. And maybe you would think that it's not a proper Hasra. Kamash Malon did know. They know what they're doing, the people, throwing rocks against walls. They're expert. They know it's going to come back. It's not a suffix. Tani Rav Tachlife Bar Marava. The Ravavo. Kugon Elam Esakim Bekader Shahargu. Toch Arba Amos Potter. If the killing happened within 4 amos of the guy who threw it, he was not had kavanah for such a small throw. Chutz l'arba mischayv. If it travels beyond, it's chayv. Omer v'ino Ravashi. Hechidami idi kanichale. If he's happy that it went only 3 amos, so afilu portanami, he should be chayv even less. And idi lo nichale. If he's not happy, he wanted it to go much further, and it fell before that, tuvanami lo. Even more than arba amos shouldn't work. Because he really didn't have kavanah that it should go to that location when it bounced off the wall. What's this arba amos business? Omar, stam esachim bekoder kamada aili tfei menech nichale. By ball players, the more that the ball travels, they're more happy with it. So they're happy with a zrik of more than arba amos. So lemeimer l'chai gavna koichohu. So this rock that bounced off the wall, is that considered his direct koyach or minu? I'll show you a steer from another location. A mekadesh, somebody is putting ashes of a paradum into water to make mechatas to be metar mitmeim. The nafal kiddush al yodo or al tzad. The ash fell on his hand or on the side of the kli. And then secondarily, achakach, the nafal l'shoikas. Then it fell into the water. Puzzle. You have to have direct drop of the ash into the water. So a secondary drop is not considered placement. Maybe it should be the same by the wall. Here, we're talking about he didn't even drop the ashes into the thing because he wanted to. He dropped the ashes accidentally, without a maisa. Then it fell into the walls of the kli and it fell inside. So he never had koich klal. But throwing a ball, he did have his koyach. Toshma, bring another proof that killing somebody through a ricochet off a wall should not be considered with his koyach. It says mocha, you have a needle that's tameh. Shayin nesun ala cheres, and it was sitting on a piece of pottery. V'hiza aleh, he sprinkled it with mechatas. Sofek ala machan, and we don't know, did it fall directly on the needle, or sofek ala cheres, or maybe it fell on the cheres, and then mitzaleh, and then it dripped and went on the needle. The Gemara says that's also possible. So again, we see evidence that something that didn't hit directly is not considered his koyach. Amrav China bar Yehuda, Mishmei Rav. It's not matzah behay, it's a matzah ba'alev. So it's matzah itmar. They found later on that the needle was wet. It's just not clear if it was direct or not direct. But that's why over there we say it's puzzle. But we can't compare that to the case of the rock bouncing off the wall. Amrav Papa. Hi man de kafse lechavre. Person tied up his friend. Va'ashkel ale bidke demaya. And then he opened up a gate which controlled the floodwaters of a river in his direction. So that's Giri Dideu Machayv. That's like shooting an arrow directly to him and he's going to be Chayv. It came with his koyach. Like an arrow that goes directly from his hand. But Hanimile b'koach rishon. That's the moment he opens up this gate, he dies right away with the first flood of water. It's got to be the koach rishon. The koach sheni, no, let it flowed and it flowed and flowed from one place to another. Grama ba'almahu. So he would not be chayiv, he would be potter, because it would be considered a grama. Bar Papa zorak tzror lemalo. You throw a stone up in the air. V'holcha. Let's study. It didn't go straight. It went to the side. V'harga chayiv. So Omer Marba Rav Ashi Rav Papa, my timer. Mishum shekoicha. What are you going to say? Because it's the Evan was thrown with his koyach. He koicha tezel. It should have gone straight up. Not that it went to the side. You'll have koicha who tezel.
Ernie, this case is not similar to the guy with the axe to the back. That he's not considered liable. He has to go to a city of.
Right. No. Here we said no. We're saying like this. I throw a stone up
Yeah.
in the air, and then, but the stone ended up sort of going to the side and killing somebody.
Okay.
Question is, was it his koyach or not? The
Yeah.
Gemara is making an argument. If it was his koyach, it should have gone straight. The fact that it was not straight must be the wind added to it, right? So it's like the same thing we've been dealing with, that there are other forces. Let's stop there.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to learn tomorrow early, 5 o'clock. I'm taking my grandson to the Laker Knicks game because
Oh, nice.
his father is a Knicks fan.
Oh,
Don't ask what those tickets cost me. Anyways, it's worth it. It's worth it.